I've been to many workshops, so I've got some workshop experience.
That shit, as I was reading, I was like, man, this dude is a fucking tryhard.
Not just yeah. Well, the title is a tryhard, definitely. That's something else I want to talk about.
Asian American.
No, that's the cast.
Poetry.
That's the cast. That's the
Dancing with
That's the content.
Mara. Is that the title?
Yeah. No, it's the urchin. You got to go to the next picture.
Oh, okay. What was this for then?
I accidentally stole the content.
Oh, okay.
It's called the urchin. So it's a double meaning. Urchin, like the sea urchin, which I don't even know what that is. But,
They're those little prickly things.
Yeah. But there's a thing. Here's the problem with that. It
No,
also
I'm
means
just-
homeless person.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I know. But that's because nobody says that phrase anymore. They just say homeless people.
Or a hobo.
Yeah, well, hobo, I guess, if you're trying to be funny. Hobo's a funny word, I guess.
It's a fun word to say. Hobo.
It is. Urchin, though.
You can't fight that fact.
Urchin's really
You
pretentious.
can't fight it.
That's what I mean by try hard. You're really trying hard with that double fucking meaning. And the problem is there's an old adage you should write like people talk. Nobody says urchin.
And dude, whenever he featured you, whew, that shit was wordy, bro.
Really?
Yes, it was like, I was like, Jesus Christ.
I don't mind a lot of words. It's just as long as they're the right words.
It was not how people talk.
Yeah, well, that would be the number one problem.
All right, so this is a poem called Urchin
Mm-hmm.
by a fellow. We'll call him Bob.
Isn't Robert Bob?
That's why I was saying we'll call him
Oh, no.
Bob.
Oh, okay. His last name is Sebiago.
I figured we could just call him Bob.
Okay, fine,
And
that's
not,
fine.
you know.
I like the name Bob, though. Bob's my best friend.
Well, that's what he went up as.
You went up as Bob?
Yeah.
Just call me Bob.
So that's why I figured, yeah.
Okay. Can we call him Sideshow Bob?
Let's just call him Sideshow.
All right, Sideshow.
Sideshow it is.
Sideshow
I
had.
just
This
because
is
if
the
we say
soul.
his name, it's just people are gonna be like, "Yo, I want to check out this pretentious asshole." And then
It's
what
difficult.
if they keep going? Yeah,
Well, the
he's
problem
hard
is
to
they
find.
can only. Well, there's only hard to find. It's only been published in one spot, which is a
He's
science
on-
fiction and
he's got a lot
speculative
of
fiction.
Amazon stuff apparently.
He's self-published.
Yeah, I know, but they can still access his content.
Yeah. Okay. I guess so. That.
It's
People-
just like how The Room got famous.
I don't know if people actually.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. You want to do a like 4 lines and then
Sure.
assess it?
Sure.
All right. The first 4 lines. The little girl, she begged me, don't. And then I knew I couldn't leave, as she just sat there in the door and shivered right in front of me.
All right. You know what? You got a good opening because you're sort of implying something, and this is a good excuse not to publish it. You're sort of implying to me that you're fucking raping somebody. Now, if you're gonna fucking go
No,
down
it
that
totally
road,
does, dude.
if you're gonna
She
go down that
begged
road,
me,
you should just
don't.
go down that fucking road. But he doesn't go down that road. So, all right. So I got nothing to say about other than that.
Do you think he wrote that and been like, damn, it sounds like I'm about to rape this girl?
It sounds like he had an experience where he went to go hit on some gutter punk, and she told him to go fuck himself, and so he wrote that. I mean, I'm saying that after having read the whole thing.
Yeah. All right. The next 4 lines. The little girl, she begged me, don't. And as I knew I couldn't leave, I sat beside her on the floor and shared a little bit of me. So at least he rhymed. There's a rhyme there.
Okay.
And you were seeing some sort of pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And so he sat beside her and I guess comforted her, maybe exposed some of his heart to her
Mm-hmm.
by
Shared
sharing a
something
little
open.
bit of him. And I guess to,
And she thought to herself, sucker.
at least he's not raping me. That's what she thought to herself. She was like, I thought he was going to rape me when we
Yeah.
first started this.
It's kind of why I came over here, is I
Yeah.
thought we were either gonna.
We're
This,
gonna-
this is either gonna be consensual or not consensual.
All right, next 4 lines. And shared a little bit of me. Little urchin in the sea. Sea of streets. Sea of lights. Little urchin. Sea of spines. Tide comes in every night.
One, the Sea of Spines is a good phrase. You should cut that out and then make a whole new poem out of it. I would throw everything else in
Sea
the
of
garbage.
Lights is super lame.
Sea of Lights is too easy.
And like,
Sea of Streets.
and then like, if you're talking about the ocean and then you go straight to the tides, like that's hack.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Stick with the ocean or stick with the streets.
you know, if you're gonna refer to the tides, refer to how women's menstrual cycles are affected by them. You know, that's where you need to go. It's not.
Dude,
it's not hack.
Seriously, that's a good.
Bob or
I'm not
sideshow.
joking. That's a good instinct.
I know. Sideshow. You need to take some fucking
Yeah,
notes.
dude. I mean, seriously. I mean, your metaphor for a place is another place. You know.
But I agree. Sea of Spines is pretty cool.
Sea of Spines is really good.
Yeah, it
Because
sounds
then you're
cool.
implying like that the world are backs that people walk on.
Yeah, that is true. That is.
You know.
I just like the overall cadence of it. You know. Like
Yeah.
The verbal aesthetic, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
All right. Next 4 lines. Tide comes in every night. The little girl, I begged her, don't. But when she knew I couldn't leave, slipped her blade between my ribs and took what once I'd given free.
See, here's this brings before we get into this brings up another problem. When you're analyzing a piece of work, and you should know this while you're writing it, analysis of poetry comes through the analysis of the words. You concentrate on the words. The narrative is irrelevant. Your rhyme pattern, all that stuff. That's secondary to most people. When they interpret a poem, they're looking at what word choice that they're making, because a poem is so. Unfortunately, there's a sort of amateur style where you want to lay it out for the person and make it easy for them to understand and spoon feed it, so they don't even think about that. So there's really no need to analyze his words. He's just telling us a story. And apparently, in the story, he invited a homeless girl into his house, and she stabbed him. And then
Why
robbed
couldn't
him.
he leave? Because it was his house?
Yeah, he invited her over, and he's
That's why he
complaining like
couldn't
she
leave.
stabbed me, but I'd have been nice to her if she didn't stab me.
Whenever I read this, it just makes me picture the scene in Ex Machina
Yeah.
when the one robot just like gracefully just walks in there and just fucking stabs the dude, just murders him.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
just what I was thinking about the whole time.
Oh God, you know what I'm thinking about? You ever seen
That bitch
storytelling?
stabbed me.
Have you ever seen storytelling? He's a professor. He's a teacher or something like that, or an ex-teacher. You ever seen storytelling?
No.
It's a Todd Solondz movie, the guy that made Welcome to the Dollhouse, all that. So there's a teacher. He's black, and there's like an SJW student of his. She's feeling very vulnerable. She runs into him at the bar one time. He doesn't like her writing at all, but anyways, he invites her back to the house. When they get to the house, she goes to the bathroom. She sees a bunch of pictures of other students, creative writing students, with pictures of them tied up and shit. And then she goes back. So, now, in the movie, they take a blue dot and they cover over the sex scene, so you never actually see them have sex. But he bangs her from behind against the wall and has her fucking shout over and over again, "Fuck me." That's what that reminds me of. Except it turns it around and the student stabs the guy before he does that.
At 12:30, I'm gonna ask you to tag it.
Alright, where were we? Swabblade between my. Took what once I'd given free. Little urchin in the sea of streets, sea of lights. Little urchin, sea of spines. Tide comes in every night. The little girl, I begged her, don't. But not long after I'd begun to leave for another place, heard her say to someone new, "Come sit with me." Little urchin in the sea of streets, sea of lights. Little urchin, sea of spines. Tide
Fucking
comes
bitches.
in every night. High tide's
Red
bringing
tide.
me in tonight. Red tide. Nice.
Menstruating
But
bitches.
I'll be alright.
Yeah, dude.
He was just like,
He
just
got
so you
played.
know, I am talking about a woman that hurt me because of her raging hormones due to her menstrual cycle. Is probably a full moon.
Yeah, she won't be my girlfriend because she's a menstruating cunt. She's a menstruating bitch. And she's probably 20 years younger than him.
You should have seen how she was dressed.
30 years
Trust
younger.
me. That's really funny though.
Yeah. Fucking bitches stabbed me in the fucking stomach.
In the ribs, dude.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
that
so
bitch
she can
is
look him in the
strong,
eyes.
dude. And she's strong.
So she could look him in the eyes. Not even in the back. Like,
She
you know,
didn't.
age-appropriate women do.
Yeah. Like my bitch ex-wife.
I think he got fucking, he's like, this is what I think. If I'm gonna bring this girl into my house, I'm gonna take care of her, I'm gonna buy her dinner and shit, and then she's gonna fuck me. And if she doesn't fuck me, it's the same as stabbing me in the fucking stomach.
At least he didn't think it was the same as stabbing him in the dick.
I've been in positions like that, and sometimes those girls don't have sex with you, and then you go, oh, okay, that's cool. Are you on Facebook?
You've, like, taken care of a homeless girl that you didn't know at all?
No.
Okay.
At the plasma center. You meet women at the plasma center.
Oh,
Those
okay.
fucking chicks are there because they're fucking broke.
Yeah.
So I've
I
taken
almost-
girls out for like dinner and shit.
Where's the place you go again?
Hmm?
We'll talk about this later.
I know this was in Illinois. I worked for a plasma center in
Do you
Illinois.
know where to go to donate plasma here?
All over. There's a Talcris. There's a Bio.
I just
Why, you
gotta
want to do it?
I probably need to, honestly, because I'm
There's 2 different
pretty
companies.
broke.
But you got to pick one.
But the car rental place, like, I feel like something happened with that billing. Like, I feel like I didn't get billed as much as I should have. It's a really good thing, but like,
I went to Krispy Kreme. I got 2 free donuts and a free Coke. There's this one kid for some reason always gives me free shit. I've never seen him before. I don't know him. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I hope he's a comedy fan. And he saw me at a mic and he's like, that guy killed it.
that would be my hope. The only time that I've ever gotten recognized for my comedy, they didn't even say anything to me. It was while I was at work, and they left a note on the tip receipt that said, "You rock at Rebar." And that wasn't their tip.
Really?
They just, yeah. And then I was like reading that, and I was like, you think these bitches are being sarcastic? Are they saying I did a shitty job? You think they're just like, well, you rock at Rebar, you kind of suck here.
Yeah.
Like at your job. But then I was like, no, I don't know why they would do that.
I got stopped in Logan Square over a poem. Where they were like, hey man, I saw you at that show. I had a couple times. I got a lot of that for poetry. I had a guy on mushrooms go, that was fucking amazing. I was closing my eyes and listening to that. That was fucking amazing. That was about a homeless girl too.
What? That poem?
Yeah, but I didn't actually have sex with her. It was just a homeless girl I
I
saw.
don't think he had sex with her.
Well, I know that's what he's fucking whining about.
Do you think he knew it was gonna start off so rapey?
I think in his mind, I think that's a sort of rapist mindset
Yeah.
to begin with. The idea, listen, dude, why not just make it a guy?
It's just as creepy.
Why not
as,
make the
like,
fucking homeless guy a guy?
Yeah, it's just as creepy as like waiting for a girl to turn 18.
And what's the fucking point? Oh, well, she's definitely vulnerable in a vulnerable fucking position. Absolutely, yeah. But I mean, that's what the entire prostitution industry
Yeah.
is essentially built on. I mean, most fucking prostitutes are most sex workers are junkies.
Yeah, the ones that aren't do it in front of a camera.
You know, you could always use the old adage. Dan Savage has an adage about dating younger women: leave them better than you found them. But anyways,
He must have a small penis.
Dan Savage?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gay. He's totally gay.
So he does. Right? That's the thing. All gays have small dicks, right? That's why they like anal.
I don't know. I get gay people confused with Asian people all the time, so I don't know which is which.
There's both a strong A, like, I don't like them equally.
I think parents always think, oh God, I hope, oh no. When their kid's born, they look at his dick and goes, oh my God, it's so tiny. I hope he doesn't grow up gay.
Just that they wouldn't. They would just hope that he doesn't grow up gay.
Doctor, my son, I know he's a newborn, but that's an awfully small penis. You don't think he's Asian, is it? Do you?
Do you think? Have you watched the show